Severe pain quickly gets your attention and usually produces a stronger physical response than mild pain. And we can understand about that, but it's also important to know that the location of your pain can also affect how we perceive pain. For example, pain coming from a headache or a toothache is harder to ignore than pain which originates elsewhere in the body. And why is this? I think perhaps one of the best explanations is found in the gate control theory, which helps explain how the brain influences our own experience of pain. The gate control theory of pain, very briefly described, was put forward by two researchers, one named Ronald Mousick and the other one Patrick Wall, way back in 1965. They proposed that there was a gate mechanism in the central nervous system that opened to allow pain messages through to the brain. However, there were also gate mechanisms in the central nervous system that closed to prevent pain messages from getting through. So therefore, there's this gating system that allows messages to go through. However, if there is a bombardment of pain messages coming through, the gates are fully or partially closed. And it seems from recent research that there are multiple factors that can impact how we interpret pain, or there are multiple factors that control this gating mechanism. And what are some of those factors? Well, for example, our emotional or physical state can have an impact on our perception of pain. For example, when we're tired or when we're anxious, we experience pain more intensely. Our memories of previous pain. For example, if we had a bad experience as a child, being bit by a dog, for example, we may experience pain in the future in a very different way. Our upbringing has an impact on our perception of pain. We know that those individuals who have been abused when they're younger perceive pain in a very different way from other people. Our expectations and attitudes toward pain impact our perception. Our beliefs and values, even our spiritual beliefs, impact the way that we perceive pain. Our age and sex also determines how we experience pain. For example, children may experience an injury and pain in a very different way than an adult. There are social and cultural influences that experience pain as well. For example, when I was in Africa doing medicine, acting as a physician, people in Africa perceive pain in a very different way. And it wasn't that they were probably wired in a different manner. It was rather that they experienced and expressed pain in a very different way based on their social and cultural influences. And the point here is that the experience of pain differs from person to person based on this complex constellation of factors which impact how we experience and interpret pain. The location of pain in your body does not always indicate where it's coming from. For example, when a person or a patient has a heart attack, he may experience pain in his neck, in his jaw, down in his left arm, down in his right arm, in his shoulders, or even in his abdomen. This is known as referred pain and occurs because signals from different parts of the body often converge on the same neurons in the spinal cord. This is very different from that which we experience when we hit our finger with a hammer or we prick our finger with a needle. Immediately, we realize that there's a sensation of pain. It signaled straight up to our brain, and our brain says, I just sustained an injury to the index finger on my left hand. The reason for this is there are so many receptors in the index finger. However, this is very different in other areas of the body, such as the chest, abdomen, and lung. We are not able to differentiate the exact location because there is not the confluence of nerve endings at these sites.